Hi, I'm Steve and I'm a quality engineer and I work in the car industry, and in this video we're going to talk about the work that quality engineers do to solve problems that are found on car assembly lines. An assembly line is where cars are usually built inside a car factory. Car factories rely on their suppliers to provide them with all of the parts that go into assembling a car. A supplier is usually another company that makes parts such as the engine, the gearbox, the seats, the carpets, all the electronics, the radio, and they make those parts and deliver them to the car assembly plant. A car assembly line usually runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, most of the year round, except for breaks, of course. Now, because the line is always moving, the operators who work on the assembly line have just a very short time to fit the part that they're given to fit into the vehicle. Now, for some parts, this might just be a couple of seconds. It really is that quick. Some parts might take a little longer. However, what we have to remember is that production line is always moving. So, for example, if an operator is just given 10 seconds to fit a part into the vehicle, then that's all he has to take. He can't take 11, he can't take 12 or even longer, simply because the next person on the assembly line also has a job to do, and that's also in a specific time. So any problems that are found with parts on the assembly line can cause a major problem. What usually happens is the person on the line who finds the problem tells his supervisor. The supervisor looks at the part that there is a problem with, and he finds out who the supplier was for that particular part. The supplier is then informed straight away that there is a problem, and it's down to the supplier to sort that problem out. The supplier realizes that that production line cannot stop simply because there is a problem with a part. It's the supplier's responsibility to sort the problem out as fast as possible. That might mean going to the assembly plant themselves and sorting out all of the parts that there are there to make sure there's no problems with any of the other parts. At the same time, they may also have to look at how many parts they have in stock in their own factory. And also, if the part is currently being made, are there any problems with the production of that particular part? So there's quite a lot to do. Supplier has to do many things, usually all at once. They have to check all the parts at the assembly line, at the point where the part fits the vehicle. There could be a box, there could be many boxes, there may just be a few, but they all need to be checked. At the same time, the stock of parts at the supplier, and sometimes even the stock that's on its way there, also needs to be checked, as it's important that there are no more parts found with any problems. The first thing that has to be done is to make sure that the car production line doesn't stop because of a problem. It's down to the supplier to check all of the parts there. So someone from the supplier has to go to line side to check the parts. At the same time, Parts are also checked back at the factory. But all this has done is contain the problem. Containing the problem simply means that we have sorted all of our stock everywhere there can possibly be and found any bad parts that there may be.